it's Anna Vaughn with Travel Mama Anna Vaughn, and today we're going to talk about something that comes up a lot, and that is the pros and the cons of living at the beach in Mexico. As a Canadian, it is of course my long-term dream to move to the beach, since Canadians are personally offended by weather, and they have a lot of it. And there's this idea, because the only experience we have as Canadians of the beach is vacation, that you're just kind of living on permanent vacation. So I do get a lot of comments on the channel, especially now that we're moving. Now we're in November, it's colder in a lot of the north, and people are starting to say things like, oh, I just miss the beach, oh, the beach. Like, my whole life is just an endless margarita. So I thought I would maybe bust a few myths and also tell you some of the things that are really great about living at the beach. So the first one, we got to address it, I just touched on it, weather. So the best part about living at the beach is that it's always hot. That is the best part. The worst part about living at the beach is that it's always hot. That is definitely the worst part. So the good news of it is, for Luna and I, Luna's quite young. I'm still like dressing her in the morning and stuff, so I don't have to do like layers, socks. I don't have to lose a bunch of baby socks. I mean, she can really walk around barefoot, which she does a lot. There's not a lot of clothes. We only have sheets on the bed. Everything's very light about living at the beach because it's very hot. And you can count on the weather. It's going to be hot every day, 365 days a year. It makes life really easy. You don't need storage. You don't need seasonal clothing. You don't need, like I said, layers. You don't need winter coats. A lot of clothes. It's cheaper. It's easier. It's all that. So that's the plus about the weather. Sunny days. The drawback, the con about living at the beach and the weather is that you are sweaty all the time. You are sweaty every day. It gets frustrating after a while to be sweaty all the time. You can never wear anything cute in fashion, and a lot of times when you want to go buy clothes, let's say online, there's not really much to buy in stores here in this small town, so if I want to buy things online, even homeware, they go by the seasons. So if we're in fall right now, it's difficult for me to find sundresses and light sheets and things like that. So you're really just sweaty year-round, and it's difficult to find clothing that really works. Everything feels heavy. In addition to being sweaty all the time, the heat is really oppressive. So you really have to get up early and do things in the morning and then do things in the evening. You need to stay inside in the hot part of the day, or you need to have a little nap. You run out of energy really easily. And I always have friends who come and visit, and they'll say, oh, let's just walk. It's like a 10-minute walk. And I say, I can't. I have to conserve my energy because I have a kid and I have to live the full day. I don't get to have a nap in the afternoon. And you start to really think of your day in terms of how much energy is being taken from you. I mean, I wear a big hat when I'm outside. I'm always standing in the shade. I'm just like, I avoid the sun like the plague. So that's the other thing about weather. Also, I gotta say, hangovers at the beach, they suck, man. They suck way worse than hangovers in the winter. At least you can just like curl up inside and Netflix and chill. Here it's like, that bright sun, yeah, hangovers are not my friend. Okay, so what else? Oh, here's another big one. Here's another huge pro, is the beach. It is amazing to live by the ocean. It's so nice to go swimming in the ocean. It's so nice to go to the beach and sit on the beach and have ceviche and enchiladas. And I love Mexico, and I love Mexican beach culture, and I love the way everything about, you hear this like Bad Bunny song Caíta, and it's like, all about the beach, and it's like our battle cry here. Like, that's our life. It's like the beach. Go to the beach. It's so lovely, the beach. It's so lovely to have it there. It is its own entertainment. You don't need a lot when you have a great beach. You can go and just piss a day away with your family or friends and just really enjoy yourself. The ocean, it's its own adventure, So that's great. The drawback or the con of living at the beach is that there's nothing else to do. So if you like to surf, if you like to swim, or if you like to tan, we got you. But if you don't want to do those things, there's nothing else to do. I mean, there's sort of a theater here, but there's no film festivals, there's no fashion shows, there's no art shows, there's no art galleries, there's no acting classes, there's like very little of the things to do with kids, there's no like other stuff, there's just the beach. So you better like the beach if you move to the beach, because you're only gonna have the beach. So there's that. I don't think people really think about what it's really like to only have the beach for your entertainment 365 days a year. But you better love it if you move to it, that's for sure. Having a house at the beach, there's a lot of pros and cons to that. So the pro is it's very easy maintenance, you know. The thing's made of cement, you paint it white, throw a pool in the backyard, you're good to go. You don't need curtains. I don't have windows in my house. You don't need windows, you don't need curtains. It's just like the life, it's like the house is lighter. Everything's very light. Like, I don't have a microwave, I've never used my oven. You know, I make coffee on the stovetop and I use my blender a lot. Like, the blender is the backbone of a kitchen here. You know, you're eating a lot of salads and a lot of fruit and a lot of light stuff. So everything about your house is very light as well. You know, the fabrics, people don't spend a lot of time in the house. So the house is really just, a place to interact with outside. As you can see, our house is half outdoors. We've got a pool, we've got all that. And it's just everything's lighter about it and easier. The drawback about having a house at the beach is my house is 12 years old. And everyone here talks about how old my house is, like I have a 100-year-old house. They age exponentially. The sun just bakes your house. They're plastic, any kind of plastic pool toy just degrades in a month, it's over. Cracks in things, water getting into things. I have so much gecko poop in my house. It's just like constant gecko poop. Like I feel like I'm cleaning up in the shower, whatever, gecko poop all the time. Everything rusts really easily. All metal rusts because of the beach. Things just age really, really fast. So you got to make sure you build a cheap house because you're going to be putting a lot of money into it over time in a much shorter period of time. And then one other that I think this is a rub that many foreigners don't think about because they're foreigners. And you have to really be inside it to know, and that's tourists. So for years and years, I wanted to leave Canada and move to the beach in a foreign country, and I was always looking for an expat community. So I was looking for people like me from foreign countries who were living in a foreign place, so that I could have a community around me. Over time, I feel I've, to some extent, left that community. I'm still part of it, I'm still an expat, but in having a Mexican child, I am now also on the other side. So, one of the pros of living here in Puerto Escondido is that there are some tourists. So having some tourists in this little beach town means that we have a Thai food restaurant. Luna and I can go for poke bowls. There's an Airbnb market. I can Airbnb out my home. I can rent my home when I'm on vacation. There's income potential. There are farmers markets. There's all kinds of things that we kind of bring with us. And I love that I can get, coconut milk or almond milk at every cafe in town because of tourists. And that's great. One of the cons are always tourists. So what's really special about Puerto Escondido is that I get to enjoy the things I love from my culture, like a Thai food restaurant, an Airbnb and that kind of stuff, because there's tourism here, but I don't have to live in it. Like, it's more in La Punta on the other side of town. I live in a much more Mexican part of town, and therefore I can spend 80% of my time kind of in this culture and only 20% of my time in kind of expat culture, which is great because tourists are cancer. We are awful. We bring with us crime, drugs, rape, alcoholism, like, oh, just so much. Like, the very touristy part of town, Zicatela, doesn't even open till 6. The whole thing revolves around getting drunk. It's so boring over there because it's just a place to go, like, it's just for tourists. It's just tourists go there and they get shit-faced. All of, like, the crime and the drugs and the crap in town is all over where the expats and the tourists are in that side of town. We really bring with us sort of this ugly element because a lot of us are really shitty. And we're not mindful, we don't think about other people, and we're not good house guests. We come to other countries and we expect the other country to reorganize for our whims instead of us assimilating to them. And that's why there's like apartments here where you're not allowed to have a dog, which is, tourists come and they complain about dogs barking like they can't get a good night's sleep, and then, landlords ban dogs, and that's so un-Mexican, but we're precious ones, aren't we? So it's like you love a little bit of tourism. I like a little bit, I do. I'm still an expat. It is nice to have a bit of it, but you don't want so much that it turns into just like a cesspool, like, Playa del Carmen. We all know which ones. Playa del Carmen, Cancun, Tulum, Cabo San Lucas, where I used to live in Antigua. Those places are pretty horrific. There's a lot of crime, a lot of drugs. There's a lot of tourists. So, okay, so what other honorable mentions? Mold. There's a lot of mold. In the rainy season, your clothes never dry. Respiratory problems. There's always lots of respiratory problems at the beach. But some of the pluses are like it's a really nice, slow life. There's a lot of romance in the air. People seem to be way more chill, way happier. Like the type of person that moves to the beach is someone who's looking for less drama in their life, not more. And man, that has a lot of value. Anyway, this is my comments on the pros and cons of living at the beach in Mexico. Having talked about all this, I'm actually on my way to the beach with my daughter to have a chelada and watch a sunset. If I left anything out, anything that you love about the beach, or maybe something you hate about living at the beach, please leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, you can like it, you can share it, you can click the bell and get notifications, and see you next time. Adios, baby.